Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from our sponsor. The Daily Compliance News for April 12, 2023, the end of Oversight edition. We begin with that story from the New York Times Deal book. The magma hat-wearing Texas judge who overturned the FDA approval for the abortion pill mifepristone has put all FDA drug approval at risk because he has laid a political analysis on what heretofore was a scientific analysis. The judicial activism will not end here, as any group that wants a drug overturned now can simply call on a corrupt judge to disregard the science and reverse the FDA, no matter how long ago that approval was given, because here it was given over 20 years ago. So you see what the right-wing magma hat-wearing GOPers want to do is to throw the country literally into chaos by getting rid of the administrative state and the chaos it will create for the rest of us. Next up, from the Wall Street Journal, the judge who oversaw Elizabeth Holmes' criminal case has ordered her to go to jail during the pendency of her appeal. She had claimed that her appeal will be successful and that because she has 2 young children, she shouldn't go to jail. Of course, still trying to get preferential treatment, but the court rejected those arguments and Holmes is finally going to jail. Next up, from the Financial Times, China's financial sector is rocked by the expansion of the anti-corruption drive against it. It's reeling from a series of new corruption probes and a surge of surprise audits of venture funds as Chinese president has sharpened his focus on an industry he sees failing to serve the broader Chinese economy, i.e. people are making way too much money. Since February, more than a dozen executives have been investigated or penalized as the Chinese graft-busting Central Commission for Discipline Inspection has begun to resolutely fight misconduct. And our final story also comes to us from the Wall Street Journal. The Tyson Foods heir, who is a CFO, who was arrested on a drunk and disorderly charge for turning up drunk and passed out in someone's house, has now pled guilty to this charge. He took a misdemeanor plea, and he's back at his work as the CFO. Many are questioning the Tyson Foods corporate governance structure, which allows a person not only with this, but some prior alcohol problems to be the CFO of this company. I would suggest they watch Succession. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.